Welcome to the Swamp, the giant that the head ball coach awakened, one that thrived in urban renewal, and now one where only the Gators get out alive. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see, the number 3 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on a team from the SEC, the Florida Gators. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Ducks will put total leather and we'll get started. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. SEC versus the Big Ten, they compete at everything, they try to outspend each other, and they certainly want to beat each other on the field.
So many national championships, so many Heisman Trophy winners shared between these two conferences, David. Everybody gets excited when the Big Ten takes on the SEC.
And these games matter so much. The fans get so amped up, so juiced up, to the point where we hear in the stands what? SEC, SEC. They wouldn't say that if conference pride wasn't a real thing.
Going for it all. Makes the catch along the left sideline, and that is a big pickup. Touchdown, Florida! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I tell you what, this offense, man, we got a small sample size. We only had one game where they were unbelievable last game, but another score early in this football game. This offense is looking like a force to be reckoned with.
And they tacked on the extra point. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it out. It's low. He's got great speed. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the tailback. And they'll start the night with a rush and maybe get back to the line of scrimmage. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. He's open on the right. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him.
Oh, look out, there he goes. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon. They'll try to tack one more on their score. down the boulevard. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Coming out with it, it's Abrams. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
That's a really good-looking run. I tell you, it's not easy to start at the running back position for the Florida Gators. When you think of where they can recruit in the state of Florida and really nationally, they've got a lot of the best around the country in high school wanting to come play here. So it says a lot if you're RB1 in this offense, but this dude shows you why. Speed and playmaking ability all day long.
Boy, did he look as if he was going to go. Gets it down to the 37.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
The handoff to Johnson. What a good run there. He has enough for the first down.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They've just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
And that's what you're trying to do as a defense. Limit those damages when they run the football. Get them on the ground, short gains to set your defense for positive situations down the road.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early.
And that pass is intercepted. Taking it the other way. He is finally out of bounds, but he was smelling that end zone on that return.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on third down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
Nothing but green ahead. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Wants to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's Stewart. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. New set of downs right on the doorstep for this offense. They'll go with a direct snap. And they just tried to slam it in from the doorstep, but they went nowhere, and it'll be marked down at the 1.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
They're going to give him another chance on 2nd and goal. Going right back to the well, and this time he finds water. Gets it into the end zone for the touchdown. Precision blocking up front, created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Abrams. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. Gators sending the offense back to work. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. And he is... back. Touchdown, Ducks! Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Kentucky has the lead right now. Feels like it's been this way since the players took the pregame catwalk. But this has been a very close game. They're up by 7 over South Carolina. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Looking downfield, it's Lagway. He fires a bullet to the right. Fires into traffic, it's picked off. Got room on the return. Oh, and after the big gain, the ball's loose. The 50, the 40, running inside the 20. And he takes it in from...
This offense, man, they look good. They looked great last week, obviously putting up huge numbers. Again this week, coming out the gates in the first quarter with the scoring drive. This offense is putting the college football world on notice.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's low. And he pumps it up inside the 20. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
Man, this kickoff coverage team, they just get to the ball carrier. They are flying around. They're beating their blocks. And the ability to create a turnover on a special teams play like this, and that is massive. And now it sets them up in great field position.
Fast motion from the offense. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. And the Gators want to move quickly. Quarterback keeper. Bringing the heat. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he'll be ushered out of bounds at the 3. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Well, we've got offenses just flat getting it done. I wonder how the defenses are going to counter all this firepower.
They are too, Reese. They're wondering how they're going to counter this offense. As you've seen the explosion, it's so hard, so much speed, and such effort like that. Offense is just, they got the upper hand.
And he tacks on the extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And close the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Here he comes with the return. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. First down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll heave it deep. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. As college football evolves, guys, and players have more rights and they capitalize on name, image, and likeness, and teams are in different conferences, maybe the biggest thing and the thing that keeps coaches up at night, dealing with the transfer portal.
Because they got to make sure that everybody in their locker room is happy. Oftentimes, you're re-recruiting your own players and trying to keep the wolves at bay. The phone calls that are coming in from other programs trying to steal your guys. It is not easy. Probably as difficult as it's ever been, David, to be a head coach now with the transfer.
It is, and think about players, man. If I'm not happy, if I'm not getting the run I want, like, I can just leave. I can go get some. Incomplete. I can get paid by another opportunity. So I think players always having their eyes to that portal, looking at a better destination, makes it miserable for coaches.
3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own great field position.
Yeah, and I tell you, that takes some onions to go for it in your own territory like that. I mean, they're treating this like it's a video game. They don't even care. They don't worry about the outcome. No big deal.
Running back searching for a hole. And he earns a first down, and boy, did he earn it after taking that lift. The Gators headed quickly to the line. Quick touch pass to the receiver. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get them out of the spot.
And there's going to be a loss on that play. Just run out of bounds and avoiding the contact.
Is now third and goal.
They've gotten pushed back, but it's still 3rd and goal. Wide out in motion. The option look. Now the toss. And the stiff arm was strong, but the defense was stronger, and they stop him for a short gain.
4th down here. It's still early in the game. I'm not chasing points. Take the field goal, pay this drive off.
And they have analytical cards nowadays that says the exact situation, what the score is, do you go for it or not? Look at the card, make the decision.
They come to the line of scrimmage full of guts, passing on the field goal attempt that would give them the lead and going for the touchdown on 4th down. They got him. It's a sack. Took a chance to try to score the touchdown and now get nothing.
Man, that stings. You go all the way down the field. You get a 4th and goal situation, and the offense comes up small. The defense gets the sack. No points for you.
And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Snap it to the back. Danced his way through traffic. Pick up a 4 to the 19.
I know that wasn't a big, huge play, and everybody's not excited. The fans aren't going crazy. But those are the plays that in the 4th quarter matter a lot. Again, making you tackle my back, making you feel the physicality of the football game throughout, so you get tired and get worn down in the 4th quarter.
Looking to throw, it's Gabriel. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And that one falls incomplete. A huge stand by the defense.
Hey, at this point of the game, 4th and short, no problem going for it. 4th and medium, I think it's too early to start taking some of these chances. I think you need to just let the game play out a little bit and trust your defense.
Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but, Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field, and they got up.
Headed to the end zone, and he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Gators! Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Fielded in the end zone, it's low. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. Get some work done there. Pick up a 4 to the 22.
Nice run there on 1st down. You know, this is a running back that gets better as the game goes on. So they're going to want to make sure they keep feeding him the football, let him get lathered up.
Got his man quickly. And he got enough for the 1st down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head. Offense has it at the 28 on 1st down. On the run, it's James. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
And sticking to the run. I'll tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
Looking to throw, it's Gabriel. Intercepted. Couldn't find much room on the return, but what a costly miscue, and they've got it at the 26-yard line.
QB's got to pick and choose their spots when they want to be really aggressive and try to fit balls in tight windows. Great job by the DB, making a big play, getting the ball back to its offense.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete. The Gators want to crank the tempo.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
On 2nd down, he'll let it fly. Unleashes it. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
And as a quarterback, you've got to be able to take advantage of the situation. You were given the ball in tremendous field position. You've thrown 2 straight incompletions. You can't squander this opportunity. You need a big play here.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. A shot toward the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. They'll send out the kicker here. Absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Alabama opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's house and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. He's got an open man. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. A productive play is one that gets you at least halfway to another 1st down here on 1st and 10. He wants to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. And this is hauled in at the 20-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety.
Fires into traffic, picked off. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Florida! Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And he makes the extra point. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. And he's able to pick his way through the traffic nicely for a good return on that one before he's brought down. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big
going downfield for the big play. And they weren't able to make the connection. They were looking for an explosive play. And the incompletion brings up a second down for this offense. Dropping back, it's Gabriel. Trying to make magic with his feet. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously you don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this game.
Third down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
Yeah, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
Going up top on first down. Looking down the middle. And wings it incomplete. Couldn't get anything done on first down. Now 2nd and 10 from the 46. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down. The 3rd down's coming up.
Well, at this juncture in the game, with how the scoreboard looks, no question this offense is going to have to throw to get back in the game, and it's going to be tricky now because the defense is expecting it. You're going to throw into a lot of big zone coverages with everybody's eyes on the quarterback. Not going to be easy.
He's not afraid to go deep. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
The offense gets pretty lucky there. 3rd down in your own end. You're throwing to try to get the first. That ball just a little bit late, and as a result, they're lucky that wasn't a pick six.
3 straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes the catch. He's got enough. Running toward the tape. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. The Ducks will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And he's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been up to speed. His 3rd interception.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly and you get your eyes on the quarterback. And you try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Trying to get to it. Under heavy pressure, lets it fly. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Looking for that first down on 3rd and short from the 28. Dropping back, it's Lagway. He'll pull it down and run. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. He's going to pass. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Motion from the offense. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play. Brings up third and 8.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
With the score, Florida 38, Oregon.
And the Gators will kick it away to crank up the second half.
26. Set to advance on the football.
On the run from inside his 25. Nice, just enough space.
Down at the
25, let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speak and very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops. So this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Stewart. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. And the Ducks moving quickly to the line. You always have to be aware of the running threat from the Oregon quarterbacks, but here getting business done through the air.
No doubt, Reese, because you're worried about his legs, the read game, all the stuff they can do. It opens up the passing attack. And I think when you've seen the Ducks teams throughout history, the ones that have enough balance to keep you off guard, keep you guessing, are the ones that are the best teams.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. Lofts one high and deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And it's okay that that ball's incomplete. It's important this offense comes out and they show that they want to be aggressive. They show that they're willing to take shots. They're going to try and take the top off of this defense. Not able to connect on that one, but that will not be the last deep ball we see in this game.
Throws to the wideout. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pulls it in. It's Holden. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to Johnson. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
I think if you're the quarterback moving forward, you need to start thinking about hot routes to your tight ends and to your running backs because of this outside linebacker. He's a guy that has shown the knack to get after the QB. When he comes blitzing, you need to have an outlet throw.
And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
And finally, you're seeing some life from the defense. They've been struggling all game long up to this point, but back-to-back sacks on 2 consecutive plays, they're at least still trying to fight back in this game.
And the punt goes out of bounds. We'll see where the officials spot it, but they certainly gave him no opportunity for a return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Looking to go up top on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Ferguson.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. The problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
Drive continues after that fumble scare sent the offensive coordinator's blood pressure into orbit. Moore will throw. Lofts one deep down the right side. Caught at the 25. Afterburner's coming. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Oregon! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. SMU rolled to victory today in a game where they not only capitalized on opportunities, they created them. And that's the way this coach wants them to play every week. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there. Kevin, thanks for the update. The handoff to Johnson. Dances away from one. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the chains for the first down. The Gators will hustle for the line. Quarterback checking off. To the ground. He's got it again. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
Couldn't find a lane, a pickup of 1 to the 31.
The big defensive tackles in the middle, they're not always the best pass rushers, but they are strong, and I say country strong. They put their hands on you, you feel it. They lock people out on the line of scrimmage. They create separation. They wrap running backs up, and usually they don't get out of the midst of those big boys.
And the defense had his hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. They were unfazed by that earlier fourth down failure and will try for a second time in this one. They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. And the incomplete pass turns it over in their own end.
And listen, obviously, you know, at this area of the field, it's a question, it's a debate whether or not you go for that on fourth down. At the end of the day, though, I think this coach believes in his own playmakers, and he's got guys on offense that he feels can make a play in that type of situation.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, and making a big play.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
At the 22. Second down.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The play action fake. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd down, going up top. And the ball is intercepted. Trying to take it back. Touchdown, Ducks! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick six, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Gators sending the offense back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen, so you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You've got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
The big pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and 1. Give to the running back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, this guy's been eating them alive all game long. Finally, though, David, you wonder if the defense has been able to make some adjustments, find something positive to help slow this guy down.
Hey, baby steps, right? That's a tackle for a loss. I know he's got over $100 on the game, but this defense is definitely going to have to be more aggressive, commit more guys to stop.
He's off to the races. He's at the 40. Great move there. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier.
Man, that's always a bad feeling when you're holding your gap and then you turn around and all you see is the back of his jersey. The guy running down the field, chewing up all those yards.
And tell the truth, when defensive linemen go after, throws toward the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Gator! Lining up to add another. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. The kickoff team on the field as they'll send this one away. And he's coming out of the end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They use the sideline as their friend and finally get him out of bounds on the return to the 47. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being you, keep being aggressive.
Gets it out quickly. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play a wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
He makes a catch. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Moore to the air. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. And he is brought down, but what a way to finish this quarter with the pick.
That's the end of the third quarter. Florida 45, Oregon 35.
They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Movement here from the tight end. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Yeah, and you use these running backs so much in the passing game now, and you expect him to make those plays for you, to make those big explosive plays out of the backfield. Just got to make sure he concentrates and see that ball come in.
Trying the left side. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On 3rd and long, he'll have to turn it loose deep. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it. Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Buys a little time with his feet. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
I love the decision by the quarterback. He found the open man, just don't love the throw. Got to be a little bit more accurate, make it easier on your target.
Coming after it. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
In football, you hear the term quick but don't hurt. And you can tell when you run these RPOs, the QBs want to make that decision quick. And I think he hurried it a little bit too much. Got the ball out quick, but obviously was inaccurate in his hands.
Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down. The Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll throw it on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
And now on 2nd down for this offense. Defense in press coverage. Moore will throw. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
Well, he did a good job getting to the middle of the field. That's where the offense wanted to attack on that play. He's just got to do a better job looking that football in.
Enormous play coming right here. 3rd down, and this crowd is bringing down the house. Caught on the outside. It's holding. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Looking to the end zone. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. The toss sweep to the right. Running hard and getting 6 yards out to the 26.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few 1st downs together, we're looking really good.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. You got to think they'll try to muscle their way forward on 3rd and short from the 29. The give as they work on that clock. And the defense knew exactly where that 1st down line was, and they stopped him short. Good pickup there. He gets enough for the 1st down. Do you think that was a straight go, or they just sort of went with gut feel as to whether the defense was going to relax on that 4th and 1?
I don't know, but I know this. As a coach, I'm not giving a lot of freedom for gut will on the own side of the field if we're going to go for it on 4th down. I think they probably understood. Listen, it's 4th and 1. I like our chances to get 1 yard, and they went for it, and by the way, they got it.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, the defense finally gets a stop there, but a big reason why they've got the lead right now is because of this dude toting the rock. And, David, it just seems like he's been getting better as the game's gone on.
Yeah, and the defense all night, no answers. I mean, he's shown you a little bit of everything, whether it's inside, whether it's outside, whether it's outrunning people or breaking tackles. This guy's been a game wrecker.
The Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. on 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Got it set up on the outside. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And it comes as absolutely no surprise. The offense will stay on the field and go for it on 4th and inches. Oops, someone moved a little bit early. Offense going to pick up a 5-yard penalty. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they went for it, but when you're up by a couple scores, I think you're just kind of free and like, hey, let's keep scoring points. Let's keep the offense out there. Let's keep the accelerator on, and I guess, hey, who cares? We're not going to lose anyways.
First down here for the offense. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He lost it high and deep down the left side. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest to deepest, widest to widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation. I have the lead. They have to take shots down the field. I'm going to play pass. I got to rush the passer. I got to keep him in the pocket. All those things come into play throughout this game.
Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson. Touchdown, Oregon! And they take it in for 6 more points. Lining up for the PAT. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. He'll bring it out. It's Abrams. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Makes him talk to the hand. They finally make the stop at the big run. Is plenty to move those sticks for the first down. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a 1-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. They're getting this guy lathered up. Bulls his way forward. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get a W.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
You know, this zone replay is something they rep over and over and over in practice. This guy can run it and execute it in his sleep. Good decision there keeping the football.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. This is a designed run. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense.
Timeout, Oregon.
Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
How about that? You got the lead late in the game. Get some first downs. Salt this clock away. This is the exact position you want your offense in.
Imposing their will, right, David? I mean, we know we're running it. You know we're going to run it. We're trying to ice this game. There's nothing you can do to stop us.
And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-game land. Running out the clock seems to be a mere formality here as they are ready to snap it in victory formation. And the quarterback takes a knee. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. You didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
That's going to do it for us from here for Jesse.